How do you forgive your partner when they've cheated, whether it's emotionally or physically? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. This is not just forgiveness for the person that cheated, but it's also going to be a separate journey that the person who's been cheated on is going to have to go on. So we're going to be talking about the two journeys that couples have to make when they're confronted with infidelity. And I got a DM from a woman. She's been married for 4 years, and she basically said, I betrayed my husband by engaging in a secret male friendship. She basically said, I hung out with this guy 3 times and spoke to him via message for about a week. She cut it off after their 3rd hangout, and she told her partner about it. She said they've had long conversations about why it happened and how it happened. She said she cried and cried and cried as she was apologizing to him. And she's asking, please give me some advice on how I can get over this guilt. I feel so horrible for hurting him. You know, that journey that she's going to be going on, it's a really important one that she's got to understand is not just a journey of behavior change. She's now going to have to forgive herself, because when you've injured your partner in such a way, you're going to walk around with that guilt, that embarrassment, that shame for a really long time, especially because in the conversations in the relationship she's now got with her husband, she's going to be struggling when he brings up his hurts, his wounds, and his pain. That's just going to trigger her own guilt and that own sense of, holy crap, I really screwed up and I must be a terrible person. If you can no longer see yourself as a whole person, you will then leave the relationship, because no one can stay in a relationship when there's a big giant mirror being held up in front of them that reminds them that they're not a whole person. And, you know, Jonathan, what is a whole person? Let's dive into that for a second. A whole person is someone who feels good about themselves. Whether you think you're a good man, a good woman, I mean, that's all very, very important. You can know that on the intrinsic level. You can know that inside. But if you actually don't believe it, if you don't believe that you can be a whole good person again with that good self-image in your own mind, that pain of holding up that mirror or having that mirror held up in front of you is going to be so great that you will then leave your current relationship to go find a mirror that affirms that you're a good whole person. Like the bird will fly out of the cage and just go back, or fly away and they'll never come back. They do that because they need a self-identity that they can be proud of. Now, you as someone who's been cheated upon, you've got to be now the one propping up their ego, propping up their self-image, supporting them when they've caused that tremendous amount of hurt. I understand that that's a really difficult thing to ask you to do, which is why I speak of your journey that you are on, because that journey that you are being asked to go on is a journey of forgiveness. The only trouble is that you didn't ask to be put on this journey. You didn't wake up one day saying, I want to learn how to forgive my partner for cheating on me. So needless to say, it's an incredibly difficult journey that they now have to go on to forgive someone that hurt them so badly. And this is why I speak of infidelity is a turning point for growth in your relationship. It's a turning point for the person being cheated upon, and it's a turning point for the person that did the cheating. Both of you are going to have to grow now, whether you like it or not. You have to grow your own self-image in your own mind that you can be a good person again after you've deeply hurt the person that loves you. And now you've also got to grow in your extension of forgiveness to someone that could have deeply hurt you in such a way. So what I want you to do is see infidelity as a moment of growth for your relationship, for you both individually. Now, I absolutely know that if cheating behavior continues, then the relationship's never going to work out in the end anyway. So clearly that behavior can never happen again. But assuming that you've asked for forgiveness, you've made promises to never have that behavior ever creep back into your relationship. So these are the two journeys that you're on. One is forgiving and the other is self-forgiving. One is forgiving and one is maturing. That person that's having to self-forgive for what they've done to someone, they've got to mature and never make that same mistake again. Obviously, they've got to learn how to forgive themselves. And then obviously that partner that's been cheated on has to learn how to forgive. Not saying it's easy, it absolutely isn't, but understanding that the starting point is growth is going to be the best place for you guys to come together, because at the very least now you are both aligned in wanting to grow. So use this infidelity, if you choose to stay in your relationship, as a turning point for growth for you, for your partner, and in your relationship. Thank you guys so much. If this was helpful, don't forget to smash that like button. Come and follow me over on Instagram, Relationships with Jonathan. You can DM me. You can reach out to me. I answer every single one of my DMs if you have a relationship question. I love nothing more than answering them. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you again soon. Bye now.